some of our close family members, it's not unconditional love. A lot of them is, okay, you work hard, you study hard, then I love you. It's this conditional love. You know, treating their brother in the street, treating their sister in the street. It's conditional. It's not giving you the benefit of the doubt. It's you have to prove yourself before I show you love. You have to prove yourself before I show you any kindness. That's why the actual world seems cold. That's why the actual world seems unkind. If I could just have one wish, it could just be literally if people could just act like they acted in the raves in real life. Carefree, joyful, blissful, kindness, boundless gratitude, atmosphere.
Was eating to live, yeah, I'm living to eat. Catch me enjoying vegan recipes. Fiend for chlorophyll.
Greetings, it's your boy Gartatia. Had a crazy kick-ass incline jogging workout. So yeah, I gotta go to work. Last day in the tunnels. Let's get a hoo-hoo. Today, I just want to talk about why I love raving. And I think I've kind of got it figured out. And I feel like with this solution, we can change the world. So my observation has been at raves, right? The reason I like it so much, like you go in, the moment you go in, you're greeted by smiling faces, you're greeted by people dancing, you're greeted by just like if the energy level outside the rave is here, the moment you enter the gates, everyone at these music festivals, EDM music festivals, it's like right here, right? And there's this concept of peace, love, unity, respect. I forgot the hand thing, but yeah, it's just and they share candies, and the whole concept is about sharing love with each other, with one another, being there for one another, looking out for one another, making sure everyone has the best experience possible, making sure everyone's putting their best face possible, right? And it's such a wonderful feeling. I love how like even the simplest things like when you go towards the front, even before you get to the front, how there's like a long train of people, and how like if you start walking towards the front, someone else will just grab your hand, and then everyone just form this long chain, and everyone just kind of trusts each other. There's this degree of trust at raves that you don't see. I don't want to say in real life because raves are in real life, but there's just this measure of trust that people have with one another. Like people like ask you like, do you have water from your hydration pack? And then others will offer you water, and not a second does it go by in my mind, even if I decline sometimes, not a second goes by that they had any bad intentions. Not a second goes by that they were trying to drug me, or they're trying to roofie me or something like that. It's just this sense of trust because you can just tell the energy there is palpable. The energy there is meaningful. It's in for the most part. Obviously, there's negative Nancy's and tattletale Toms who ruin the vibe, but for the most part, it's just palpable, good, positive energy that you could almost cut with a knife, and it's just people just really are intuitive there. People are really open to their sixth sense. People just radiate energy and they can detect it in others. So many people came up to me and was like, "Oh my God, you have so much great energy. Can I just stay around you?" People just want to stay around you, like next to you when you're dancing. They just want to feel that energy, and it's like moths to a flame. And it's wonderful being a source of energy for some. Sometimes when I'm tired, I look to my left, I look to my right, I see someone else going hard, it makes me want to go harder too. It's this huge positive feedback loop where everyone is just giving their best. And there are low energy levels at the rave, but there's like high energy level sections too. And I just gravitate to the high energy section, and it's just this unspoken but understood rule that everyone in the high energy section, we're there for one thing, and that is to hold nothing back, let everything go, and just wobble to the music, wobble to the vibrations, and just let our bodies melt into the bass and dissolve into the synths. And it is just absolutely this euphoric, almost sensual experience. And you know, you have this feeling that if you fall, someone will catch you. One other aspect I love the most about it raves is in the mosh pits, the moment someone falls down, everybody rushes to pick them up. Everybody rushes to just forget what they're doing and get them off the ground. There's a sense of, even though we're sweating on each other and battering each other and, bruising and battering and yeeting each other. There's understanding that it's out of love. And the moment someone can actually get hurt, like fall down, we rush and pick them up. And there was even this one guy who was kind of being obnoxious. He was like throwing water on everybody and everything, kind of was being a D bag. However, when he fell down like head banging or something with his friend. And then I rushed to help him up because, even though he was being a D bag, sometimes people are D bags because all they've been shown is people have been D bags to them. So all they can do is, kind of feel that they need to avenge themselves, feel like they need to put that back, dish that back to the world. And I was like, no, I'm going to show him kindness. So I go reach out my hand. He almost looks surprised and hesitates. Then I grab him and just, it's like, let's go, lift him back up. And we continue having fun. And it's just this energy of unity. It's this, and you always look at, oh, here goes Gartatia, this fucking hippie. No, but like genuinely, like I literally don't go anywhere else. I don't pop out to moves. I don't go to parties. I almost always turn them down. But for a rave or for festivals, that's one thing. My dopamine detox takes a break for that because it's literally, if I could, I would bring like a pen and paper just to journal the sensations that I feel. That's actually a good idea. And yeah, I'm super excited for Lala 2 weeks from now. And yeah, like if anybody in the treehouse wants to, if you're like really about that life, only if you really are about getting into the mosh pits and really being shoulder to shoulder with some of the greatest high level energy people, if you think that that sounds good, hit me up. Like let's really form a group of just free, unfiltered, unchained, and just wild spirits like on the dance floor. Like I'm so down for that. And yeah, like it's just raves are just so magical to me. And the biggest like takeaway from it, and I realized is, and I even talked to a friend there. I was like, why can't we be like this all the time? Why does this only have to be at raves? And it hit me like a bag of bricks. I was thinking about like it's all about habits, right? It's all about our environment. And it was like, here goes Gartasia coming back to environment again. But it's so true. I was reading this book called The Atomic Habits by James Clear. And he makes this interesting point. It's a lot of our habits comes from the things that we're used to, but another part of our habits, we actually get a dopamine hit out of doing things that are conformity, doing things that make us fit in with other people. And typically the people that we are programmed to fit in with are the close, the many, and the powerful. So basically anything our closest people are doing, our family, our brothers, our sisters, our parents, mimicking them or imitating them or having the same standards as them, that gives us a dopamine hit. Also, mimicking the things that the many are doing. So what's happening on TV? What's happening in the news? What's happening when you go outside? What are people doing? Conforming to that like innately gives us a dopamine hit because we innately want to fit in. We innately want a social group. And the other group that we try to conform to are the powerful. The powerful are what are our leaders doing? What are the social media influencers doing? What are the YouTubers doing? What are the celebrities doing? So when you have these three elements, typical people tend to model these people automatically in order to get that dopamine hit of, oh, I feel good, or let me wear this new trend. And I was just like, wow, like the reason why people are like that at raves is the many are acting in this positive way. The many are acting in this carefree, joyful, blissful, just amicable kindness, just boundless gratitude atmosphere. That's kind of this unspoken rule that the many are following at the raves. So because most people are following that, most people tend to just, the others just blend in and also will replicate that behavior. So what does that create? An environment of love, an environment of helpfulness, an environment of just care for one another and compassion. And I was like, the reason we don't see that in the, outside of the festivals, in the real world as much, is because that's not the norm. That's not what the many are doing most of the time. What do people do in real life most of the time? Most of the time people are on their phones. They don't even make eye contact. What are the celebrities doing in real life? A lot of times they're like in Calabasas, spending thousands of dollars, getting seafood. What else they're doing? Flying in private jets. So what do like the many strive for? The many will strive to just, rat race. Let me get as much money as I can so I can mimic these celebrities. What are our leaders doing? What are the people in power doing? Right? What are the our close family members? Some of our close family members, it's not unconditional love. A lot of them is, okay, you work hard, you study hard, then I love you. It's this conditional love. So how do people end up treating each other, treating their brother in the street, treating their sister in the street? It's conditional. It's not giving you the benefit of the doubt. It's you have to prove yourself before I show you love. You have to prove yourself before I show you any kindness. And it's that mentality that we see in the regular world. And I'm like, oh, that's why, the actual world seems cold. That's why the actual world seems unkind. And if I could just have one wish, it could just be literally if people could just act like they acted in the raves in real life. And this would be an awesome place. But yeah, I gotta go. I hope this is a cool little tidbit for y'all. As you can see, I'm in love with raving. But anyway, stay hydrated, stay breathing in, take good oxygen, and most importantly, stay busy. I love you.